Hey everybody, welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Cleo here for another toy of the day. You can go to CastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of these two gentlemen right here. And you can follow us. We are at Castors Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast. New episodes coming in the next couple weeks. Just recording a few so I can kind of get ahead so that we don't have any other gaps. Thank you guys for having patience with that. After Jackson passed away, I just needed a little bit of a break from it. But we're back. So I already recorded one and looking at recording a few more before we kind of get started. So coming soon. So catch up on all the episodes over on Apple Podcasts. So what do you got for you today? We did a lot of Hasbro, so I kind of wanted to take a little bit of break, even though we have a lot more coming. I think Ben and I figured out that there were 5 or 6 waves of Marvel Legends within the past 4 weeks. So, and I've already done one of them, and I still have a lot more to go through. So, taking a little bit of a break. Our new Masters of the Universe Origins figures came in, and super psyched to have them. Have some thoughts and some ideas about them, and kind of talk about a little bit about some of the updates, changes, things like that for these two guys. So this is wave 6, 7, 6, somewhere around there. And these are the only 2 figures I got from this wave. So this wave also had the Green Goddess and Lords of Power Beastman. I made a decision that I was going to stick to the classic characters for the most part. I picked up Merman. I will admit that. Lord of Power Merman. I like the head better. Kind of differentiates him from this guy right here. And so, something a little different there. And really just kind of wanted to really curate this collection. Rather than being all in and just buying everything, I wanted to kind of curate this and stick to classic 80s and what I like. So if they were to do Masters Universe movie figures, I'm probably going to skip those. If they do more variants and costumes like a Thunder Punch and Dragon and all that stuff, no. Original characters, heroes, and villains, original vehicles, that's about it. So that's kind of where I'm sticking. So I didn't get Lords of Power Beastman. I didn't get Lord of Power Green Goddess. And so here we are. We got Stinkor and we got Webstor. So first, right off the bat, they reuse parts. I know this has been a topic of discussion in the Masters of the Universe world. And the sky is falling and somebody's looking for attention. But the bottom line is, this line has always reused parts. This, in fact, will give us another figure. This one, specifically. So, we don't have a Mechanex yet. This is Mechanex Vest. So, knowing that this is here, meaning they tooled up this part, I know that we're going to get a Mechanex at some point. So, it's looking at these things. Legends uses bucks, same bodies over and over again. Masters has always used it. So this whole sky is falling because parts are being reused. Don't feed into the BS of this person just looking for attention. It's a waste of time. Enjoy the toys you get and love what you love and don't worry about what's coming next necessarily. It's exciting to wonder what's next, but don't go all doom and gloom. Let's enjoy the hobby. Let's be positive about things. And let's remember where these guys came from. They all reuse parts from the originals to classics to now these, reusing parts, reusing sculpts and things like that. It saves them money. It lets the line go longer. Don't listen to all the hype. That being said, Stinkor here uses the original Merman head, some parts from Skeletor, some of the fins here and stuff like that. This new vest here, we're going to see again, hopefully with Mechanex sooner rather than later. What I did notice about this, and I think it's interesting, and I'm kind of wondering how long term it's going to affect it. So in the original 80s line, this piece right here was hard plastic. Kind of like something like this harder plastic that doesn't have a lot of bend to it, a lot of give to it. And there would be snaps at the tops and at the bottoms. So on this one, you can see there's only snaps down at the bottom. So no hard plastic vest here. on Stinkor. So that's an improvement. I think it gives a little more flexibility, and the clips aren't going to break, because I remember being a kid, the clips on Fisto, the clips on him, Mechanex, things like that, those were the first pieces to break on the toy. So having only 1 or 2 connection points instead of 4 kind of reinforces it. So it's actually a better product, looking at it from that perspective. Same old articulation for this. It is modular, so you can pull it apart. There are instructions. I'll get to those in 1 second. There are instructions in there that tell you how to actually take the figure apart. So this came with Webstor. This came with Stinkor here. He comes with his shield, and of course his weapon is Stink. But unlike the 80s toy, they did not mix the smell into the plastic. So you don't have that old smell. You just have the new plastic smell. So positive, negative. Would I have liked that? Yes. When they do Mossman, if they do not give us a Pine Fresh Mossman, there's a good chance I'm going to go to the car aisle and get one of the air fresheners and rub it all over Mossman. But I can do without the stink on this guy, so I'm kind of happy with that. The oranges are bright, the black is really dark, the white kind of breaks it up, and I think he's one of the more dynamic ones. He really stands out, and it's almost Halloween, so he works there, doesn't he? The other guy, also yellow, kind of bluish purplish here, same thing. So you get Webstor here. Same articulation points, does share some parts. You can see the part share down there from the legs down, also on the arms as well. So same figure, new head, new torso. This one does have 4 clips, but again, it's that softer plastic that it's made out of, so you don't have to worry about the cracking and breaking that you would normally see, although temperature can make this plastic over time kind of break down. He comes with his giant weapon here, which I don't know if he really needs it, to be honest with you, with his action feature, because this is one of the few figures that they gave an actual action feature to, which is exciting. So on his back is his giant backpack here, and I've got it all wrapped around just to kind of keep it from falling off. And you can see he can kind of hook, and what's nice about it is it extends. So this is going to go farther than it is kind of extended. And it does have the action feature, so if you attach it to something up high and you pull on this, it will raise up and down depending if you pull it. So you can see that this is the extent of the line as it stands. As you pull it, you'll see that this hand can go farther, even though this hand doesn't really move. So he can go pretty high on this thing, which is kind of exciting to kind of see him scale up Grayskull at some point. When I get my extension set from PowerCon, I will put together my Grayskull and we'll do a full review on it. So so there he is. So he's got 2 little hooks on the side. It's not as easy to get this in the right position, but I have found wrapping it around, so wrapping it all the way around a few times, and then coming up, holding it there, right there, and then tucking it like that, will kind of keep it from falling, keep it in a neutral position for you. You can also unwrap it and put it in his hand, but then it kind of unwraps the back a little bit. So I just found like wrapping it just straight around, keeping that bottom part really tight, wrapping it completely around, and doing kind of like a hold here, so there, and then bring that piece up and around, just holding it so it doesn't go over it. Can't do it that way. We'll kind of give you a little bit of a loop, enough of a loop that'll connect there and kind of hang and not kind of fall off, which is nice for posing and things like that. So I think the blue on him is really, it looks a lot brighter, but it's a really, really deep blue. So the lights kind of make it look a little bit brighter, but it's very, almost a purplish blue. The red on his eyes, all of his eyes, and his white fangs there. I just think it's a really stunning figure. I think all of these with the bright colors really kind of stand out and just are quintessential 80s looks for them. So super excited to get these 2. This wave was mostly villains. So you got a Beastman, a Webster, a Stinkor, and a Green Goddess. So it's 3 villains to 1 hero. They had been balancing them out a little bit where it's like 2 on 2 or but now, full on like villains here. So looking forward to Mechanex, looking forward to Jitsu and Buzz Off coming in the next wave. Those are already pre-ordered. A cartoon accurate sorceress. I'm not a fan of the white look for her. I like the colors, the blue, the orange, so those are coming hopefully in the next couple weeks, maybe months. But yeah, so check out a full gallery of these guys up on castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast. You can get one of our shirts. All the links are down below. And as always, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. All of our new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. Let us know what you want to see. We have a lot coming. As we say every night, subscribe to the channel. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And as always, we say every night, Jaxie, we miss you, and we love you, and we wish you were here. And for the rest of you, we will see you tomorrow night for another Toy of the Day here on castorscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.